I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Great salespeople talk about problems, not about products. And this comes through as early as your prospecting, works through discovery, and even through follow up when you don't get that next meeting scheduled as quickly as you'd like to, and you need to make sure you're reaching out and continuing the conversation. You always want to make sure that you're talking about the problems that you believe your prospects and customers have. Those are the kind of things, those are the kinds of conversations that will make you someone worth talking to, because you always have something worth talking about, right? So I want to talk today about one of my favorite questions to ask when you get someone on the phone, even on a cold call, when you do have that first interaction with them in real time. And sometimes this can be applied in some of your messages that you leave and things like that. But regardless, we can get into the details later. The question is, how have you handled this in the past? Yep, my name's Jeff. I help companies like yours deal with problems like these. How have you handled this in the past? Now, this is a great question because it assumes that your prospect has been successful, right? You're not coming in there pointing the finger at them, telling them, oh, I'm sure you're struggling with this. You probably don't have this figured out, do you yet, you idiot, right? Like that's the way your prospects feel when you're a little too aggressive coming right out of the front. But when you implore them, when you seek their own expertise, when you approach this conversation as someone who wants to learn rather than someone who is just there to deliver information or to educate, you're going to get a much better reception, right? So look, how have you handled this in the past? There are really 4 general ways that your prospect can answer this question. That's why I like it. The first way they could answer that question is, wow, I didn't know I had that problem. We should probably talk about that. Hey, that's a conversation worth having, right? And that actually plays into your hands pretty well. You can be the expert. You can share the insights that you have from having worked with other companies like theirs in the past, and you can move this conversation forward. That could be a really good discovery call. Another way that they answer this question could be, yeah, we have that problem. We're not sure how to fix it. We know we have it, but yeah, we should talk about this. This could be a hot lead. Right now, there's awareness, and they're looking to you for your expertise, and they appreciate that you've dealt with this in the past with other clients. Another way they can answer this question is, yeah, we used to have that problem, Jeff, but we don't anymore. If that's the case, I don't bail. I'll turn around and say, wow, would it still be worth 10 minutes for us to discuss how you handled it? I'm really interested in learning from you. Now, in fairness, not all of these questions are going to be answered in the way that you want them to. Sometimes they're going to say, yeah, I don't have the time. We're on to bigger and better priorities now, but thanks for your interest. But there's still a pretty fair chance that someone who has solved their problem in the past is going to want to share their insights with you. This is going to make you so much better off in your future conversations with prospects like them if only you're willing to listen. You're probably not going to make a sale here, but tell me that's not going to be a good conversation. Tell me that's not going to be a real learning opportunity for you. Take that meeting anyway. Be gracious, say thank you, and maybe even send a token of your appreciation. Like, you want those people in your corner. You want them to take your call in the future when you inevitably have something else that you can help them with. So don't sleep on those opportunities. Now, the fourth way that they answer this question is, yeah, I don't know that we have that problem, or we used to have that problem. We're not interested in discussing it anymore. We don't need to talk about those. I think it's a small percentage of the prospects that you get will answer in this way. It's probably less than 10%. So don't focus too much on what you're going to do, when you get that answer. It's just, we can ignore that. We don't need to discuss it here. Here's the thing that I want to tell you, and this is where I really want to lean in and get to the heart of this. Have conversations that both of you can learn from. Approach this from a problem-solving standpoint, not a product-selling standpoint. You want to be someone who gets their calls returned. You want to be someone who is worth talking to because you have things worth talking about. And the way you get more sales conversations is by talking about these challenges that you know your customers have. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize that the more sales conversations you have like this, the more sales you're going to make. So stop being so short-sighted with your prospecting. Stop being so short-sighted with your questioning. Get the sale out of your head. This is beyond commission, Brett. This is commission thought. Get that outcome out of your head and do the good work instead. You will be shocked at how much more successful you are, how many more sales you make, how many more customers and friends you win as a result, because you're approaching the problem, not the product.